Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another reading from me. Today's topic is going to be about who is your future spouse. I know I have done it before many times, but there's always a demand for this topic. So I thought, I felt like it's time. It's a good day to do a future spouse reading. So, as usual, I'm going to start by saying that I have chosen these crystals intuitively by meditating upon the question of what crystals should I choose for this particular topic. These are the crystals that stood out to me in this particular order. So, for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals, pile number 1, you have this fluorite crystal. All right. Pile number 2, you have this labradorite crystal. Pile number 3, you have this amethyst crystal. Trying to get it to focus, but it won't. All right. Okay, so these are your options. Pile number 1, number 2, number 3. I don't know why I keep feeling like arranging them. I get OCD about my crystals. I'm not normally like this in real life. Okay, so pile number 1, number 2, number 3. These are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide, as usual. Of course, my recommendation is that you take some moments to meditate upon the question, take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. Keep your eyes closed. Take at least 10 breaths. You know, with your eyes closed, you can also address the question to a higher power like God, Spirit, whoever you believe in. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I sign off, I will remind you, to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. Thank you, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, so this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. This is going to be the selection phase for the card pertaining to each crystal. I'm going to choose from the Arthur Rackham deck. I really love this one. It's great for tarot. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. The people who chose the fluorite, who is their future spouse? Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. The people who chose the labradorite. Tell me about pile number 3. People who chose the amethyst, who is their future spouse? All right, let's see. Pile number 1, you have the moon. Pile number 2, you have the 6 of Pentacles. Pile number 3, you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, so these are the options for those of you who want to choose with a card as well as a crystal. Pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. It still won't focus. All right. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this labradorite crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this amethyst crystal. It won't focus. All right, I think that's as good as it gets. Pile number 3. Trust me, it's a beautiful crystal. It's just that my camera won't focus. Okay, so these are your options. Pile number 1, number 2, number 3. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, meditate upon the question a little bit with your eyes closed. Exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And you can also address the question to a higher power like God or whatever deity you follow. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And yeah, if you feel drawn to more than one, of course, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I want to sign off, I want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. Thank you, and I will see you at your pile. So welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this fluorite crystal and or this card, which is the moon, number 18. This is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation if you don't want to sit through this. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? We have 5 of Cups. We have Hierophant. We have the Strength card. We have the Moon again. We have 3 of Wands. Oh my gosh. And we have King of Pentacles. Let's see. Spirit, who is pile number 1's future spouse? We have the World. We have the 3 of Wands again. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords. Intense, pile number 1. Trying to see how I can make it better, but there is no perfect spot. Anyway, yeah, there it is. Okay, now let's get some oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is your future spouse? Okay, this one. So we have Red-Crowned Crane, number 29, which is ruled by the moon. Holy Mother of God. You have the moon coming out twice. Look at this. The moon was the original card. It came out again. And then you also have the moon again here in this imagery. And the number 29 in numerology, which boils down to a number 11 and boils down to a number 2, which is ruled by the moon. So 29 is a number ruled by the moon. A lot of moon energy. And we have new beginnings with a mother holding a baby. Okay, more moon energy, really, because moon is the mother archetype. It's very nurturing. Okay, so pile number 1, very strong messages for you. We have, like I said, the moon came out twice, and then you also have the 3 of Wands coming out twice, and the World card. So to me, this is right off the bat a very strong indicator that this person is someone who travels a lot. They could travel a lot. They might even be someone who's from a different culture than you are. Or there could be some kind of a cultural background. Doesn't necessarily cultural difference in background or a difference in cultural background. In the sense that it doesn't necessarily have to be someone from a different country, but they could be, let's say, from the same country, but they're somehow significantly different, coming from a different ethnicity or a different religion. Somehow there's a difference in background. That's what I'm seeing. Right now, actually, you have the Ace of Cups and you have the World, not the Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, sorry, and the World underneath. This is giving me a sense that this person at this moment is most likely not someone that you are in contact with. It could be someone that you have already met, may even be someone that was an ex, or I'm not seeing particular romantic involvement, but could be an ex, I guess, for some of you. I think, though, for most of you, this is someone that you have passed each other like ships in the night. Like, I feel like if you know this person, if you already know who this person is, this is someone you have had like minimal interactions, either have had minimal interactions with, like to the point where, I don't know, they asked you what time it was in a train station and you don't even remember what they look like. Or there's someone that gives you this feeling of the one that got away. Either they feel this way about you or you feel this way about them, like someone that you would have liked to have a relationship with, but for some reason it didn't happen because of circumstances that were getting in the way of that relationship. What I also see here with the Hierophant and the Three of Wands is this person could most likely be someone who is traditional, a traditionalist, someone who might have old-fashioned values, or they have values that, let's say, pertain to their particular culture or tradition, but someone who's traditional, believes in traditions, believes in legacy. I see that this person is also someone who loves to travel. They could be someone who travels a lot for work. With the Hierophant, I am especially seeing people that are guiding others. So could be someone with a leadership position. But either way, this is someone who is maybe teaching or consulting. Could even be like someone like a public speaker, someone who travels around, gives public speeches. But I see someone who is, traveling a lot and sharing information. What I have here with the Strength and the Ace of Cups underneath, the interesting part is this is what's standing in the way of this connection. So what I see here is just the fact that I think this person is very cautious. So this is a person who is extremely self-controlled. With the Strength and the Ace of Cups underneath, this is showing someone who is very much on top of their emotions, very mind over matter. Like they don't let their heart rule. So I'm seeing that this could be someone who has had, even right now at this moment, for those of you who have already met this person, but irrespective, so whenever you meet this person, they will most likely have deeper feelings towards you than they show right from the beginning, like because they are very in control and they want to keep a straight face. I think most likely because this person cares a lot more, like I said, about tradition and security, and they're very down to earth. This is what I'm seeing. And because of that, they don't want to throw themselves headfirst into something until they kind of, test the waters, so to speak. Aside from this, we have the Moon and the Knight of Wands underneath. This gives me a sense that this person in recent history, up until recent history, has been very unconscious, in the sense that, I don't mean like literally they were in a coma, heaven forbid, but they were unconscious in the sense of not self-aware. They could have been very much driven by especially early childhood experiences, especially early traumas with the Moon energy, because the Moon tends to speak of the subconscious. It tends to speak of, personal history and the history with the family and the Moon, the mother archetype. So it could be that this is a person who has some kind of a mother issue as well, like some kind of, wounding around the mother archetype. In the near future, we have Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. there is a very strong theme of travel here. See, here's the thing. With the Three of Wands, it could be like a double message at the same time. So one message can be literally travel. Like, this could be someone that you meet while traveling. They're traveling towards you. You're traveling towards them. So there's a lot of travel involved, or traveling is a big part of their lives, or it could be all of the above. But then the other message here is simply about this person will be the one to finally approach you by, you know, basically walking over their insecurities and their fears. The Three of Wands is about reaching something that is right outside of your comfort zone. And the Queen of Wands actually continues the theme of mental health here, in the sense that I see that this person, once they become self-aware, once they become, I think to some extent, even aware of their own emotions, it could be that this person is so good at hiding their true feelings that they're not even aware of the fact that they really like you at first. So I see in the in the future, as this develops, you know, maybe not the near future, but when this develops, it's going to be like a big leap of faith for this person. They're going to go way out of their comfort zone, and they're going to be pretty passionate about this connection with the Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And then we have the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. This is a person who is secure. With King of Pentacles, it's probably a person who is financially secure. Definitely someone who is in a pretty good position career-wise. Not someone who is, you know, like struggling or just beginning their career. And also with the Ace of Swords, there's a lot of independent thinking. This is someone who can be, very strong-minded. Like I said, there could also be a theme of like leadership or being even self-employed, because there's a lot of independence. So this is someone who has their own mind when it comes to their career, when it comes to their finances. There's a lot of taking the initiative here. And then we have, the motherhood theme here. Also, the moon energy is very dominant with this person. Look, it says loyalty, red crown crane. So the moon energy being so strong, it means that this person is, again, with the Ace of Cups underneath. So just like the Cancer archetype, this is someone who has, you know, like a soft inner core, but a hard shell on the surface. So on the surface, they may come across as pretty, you know, stiff and not open emotionally. But that's because they're very shy and it takes a while for them to open up. Also, they could having a lot of moon energy, they could also have like Cancerian attributes. Maybe they're very attached to their family. They really want a family. They might really want children. That's another thing. They could also be creative, imaginative. And like I said, the moon can also be moody, though. They can be a kind of, I don't want to say hot and cold, but it could even be hot and cold. Like, at least on the surface, they could give you that impression at the beginning, like you don't really know where their emotions stand with respect to you. But this is someone who adapts pretty easily, and they change. Like, they're moving through a stream of change in life. A lot of travel, that's what I see. A lot of fluidity in their energy. But they're also like, this, again, with the moon archetype, there's also that desire to be cozy and to be, you know, to have like a comfortable home and spend time with loved ones and in your little nest. So there's something kind of warm and fuzzy about this person as well. All right, this is pretty much what I see from the cards. Let's get some Astro cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is this person that pile number 1 is going to marry? We have Capricorn, the boss, okay? King of Pentacles. We have Sun, essence and personality. We have Virgo, the alchemist. We have South Node of the Moon, old karma. And we have fourth house, home and family. That's a very strong confirmation. Fourth house corresponds to Cancer. So we do have the Cancerian theme also confirmed once more. But we also have some confirmation of that King of Pentacles, yeah, with the Capricorn boss energy, and also the Sun and the Virgo. So there's a good amount of earthiness in this person's makeup as well. That means, you know, down to earth, no nonsense kind of a person, probably results oriented. And the Capricorn also in combination with the moon energy would even further emphasize this tendency to be really stiff on the surface, you know, and not show emotions, but deep down they can be very soft and sensitive. Probably a person who has some strong Saturn energy in their horoscope as well, or at least a strong Earth energy, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the Sun, again, it means that this person probably has a strong Sun energy. Sun is the father archetype. It's also a boss archetype again. So we have a double boss energy here, triple with the King of Pentacles. So I think most likely for many of you, this person is someone who's quite established in their profession, could be someone who's in a bit of a leadership position as well. Quite independent. The Sun also tends to have kind of a, you know, larger than life sort of vibe a lot of the times, or just someone who tends to stand out, even if they're not particularly flashy or even particularly good looking. They're just something about them that makes them stand out. They could be charismatic, you know, and there could be a lot of a feeling of support coming from them, you know, like because the Sun is very protective in energy. So it could be that they're the kind of people that a lot of people run to for shelter and support when times get rough. This person can also be really creative with the Sun. There's also, in general, a pretty good balance of masculine and feminine energies here with this person. South node of the moon, old karma, to me is, in this context, it's an indication that it could be someone that you have met in a past life. And according to reincarnation theories, if you are, don't know how familiar you are with them, but some of them basically say most people have some kind of connection with, you know, like it's like we meet the same souls over and over again, but in different shapes. But, you know, according to Vedic astrology, it is possible to have, you know, a brand new relationship with a new soul. But when you have a South Node connection, maybe you will even have contacts of the North Node and the South Node in synastry with this person, like your South Node conjunct their moon or something, you know, something that shows a past life connection according to astrology. So it's very likely that you have some kind of a karmic contract with this person. Like there's a reason why you have to be with a very specific person in this lifetime. But this South Node energy can also show someone who is really intuitive and emotionally mature, yeah. Again, this could also be a person who has prominent South Node energy in their horoscope, like South Node Ketu, as it's called in Vedic. Let's say sitting in the first house or conjunct multiple planets, you know, they could have or they could have placements in the nakshatras ruled by Ketu, Ashwini, Mula, Magha. That could be a thing. Same thing with the other placements, you know, like Sun and the Moon, especially. These are the most dominant planets. But then you also have Capricorn and Virgo, so to some extent, Saturn and Mercury are also represented. Fourth house can also signify how you met this person, an extra hint. So it could be, the fourth house is generally the home base. So it could be that you met them at your home or their home. This, to me, when I look at it from an astrological perspective, also means online meeting. Because when, you know, oftentimes when you meet someone online, you're at home or they're at home, you know. So that could be a thing. Also, fourth house can be any form of real estate. Like you could meet them while looking for an apartment or going to a hotel. You could meet them at a restaurant. Another thing is vehicles of all kinds. So you could, I don't know, look for a new car and you could meet them at the car dealership or something. Fourth house also shows the homeland. So it could be that you met in the homeland, yours or theirs. And aside from that, this is, again, reinforcing the fact that this person is attached to home and family. Yep. So family means a lot to them, and probably tradition, the same thing with the Hierophant, like I said. Okay, let me get some more stuff. Okay, let's get the Astro dice. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is pile number 1's future spouse? So, we have number 1 again, which is ruled by the Sun in numerology. And now we also have Aries. Number 1 can also be the first house, which is ruled by Aries. So, we have some Aries energy. And we have Mercury. Okay, so we have that confirmation of the Virgo energy. Mercury can also show that this person is youthful in energy. They could have a very bright, almost teenage vibe about them, irrespective of their age. They look like, they could actually look younger than their age. For some of you, of course, they could actually be younger than you. There's something youthful about them either way. And Mercury is very social. They tend to be kind of a social butterfly, but they can also be very analytical, detail-oriented, logical. They like to learn new things. They could be really good at communication. And Mercury is also connected to business, so they could be into business, or they could be having like multiple activities going on at once, because Mercury can be kind of like juggling multiple interests and activities. Aries is kind of the leader archetype again. And it's assertive, can also be a touch of, you know, maybe that Knight of Wands energy makes sense here. So this shows someone who is very ambitious, very much a go-getter, you know, likes to stand out, can be competitive, can be very passionate, like I said. They tend to chase things. They tend to be, you know, kind of a conqueror sort of energy, like they like new challenges all the time. And I think it also adds to the youthful energy here with the Aries and the Mercury. And first house, again, first house or the number 1, which is ruled by the Sun. There's a lot of fire energy as well, which we can see with the wands, yeah. This person is someone who stands out in a crowd, you know. Their physical body can also particularly stand out. Maybe they are quite fit and muscular, or just something about their body stands out. Okay, let me get some astrological stuff. These things are dusty since the last time I haven't used them. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is pile number 1 gonna marry? I think that's enough. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we have Aries again. So for some of you, Aries is very prominent. It could especially be Ashwini, because Ashwini is ruled by Ketu and falling in Aries. We also have Aquarius energy. We also have Capricorn again. Okay, so Aquarius and Capricorn, both of them are ruled by Saturn. So this person could have a strong Saturn. So here we have Mrigashira falling in Taurus and Gemini, ruled by Mars. A Rohini ruled by the Moon, falling in Taurus. For those of you who don't know, these are nakshatras or lunar mansions. They are a Vedic astrology concept, and they overlap the general signs of the zodiac. We have Purva Falguni falling in Leo, ruled by Venus. So there is the Leo energy again. Vishaka falling in Libra and Scorpio, ruled by Jupiter. Ashwini, very strong confirmation, falling in Aries, ruled by Ketu. We have Uttarashadha, ruled by the Sun, falling in Sagittarius and Capricorn, so more of the Sun energy. And we have Punarvasu falling in Gemini and Cancer, ruled by Jupiter. So Vishaka and Punarvasu showing up here, as well as Ashwini. Ashwini is a very strong confirmation of that leadership energy. Someone who is at the forefront, who's like a, you know, maybe even pioneering in spirit, but someone who takes the bull by the horns, you know, a lot of initiative, a kind of a go-getter energy. And Vishaka and Punarvasu are strong confirmations that this person has some kind of a teaching profession, or some profession where they are sharing information. Yeah, somehow they're guiding others. Could even be involved in religion, like I said, but they could be, I'm thinking mostly teaching or consulting, something like that. They could be involved in the legal system as well with a strong Jupiter energy. The Uttarashadha is also very spiritual, is also potentially leading to teaching as well. For some of you, these people can be very spiritual to the point of maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to say they're a spiritual leader because that sounds kind of culty, but they could be really involved in spirituality with all the Ketu energy. With Mrigashira, there's a strong connection to animals and nature. This person could really like animals and nature. They're good at debates. They're probably very sharp in their mind and their capacity to express themselves verbally as well. They could really like forests. And they have a very strong investigative ability. Maybe they enjoy, detective novels or stuff like that. Or maybe they have a profession, again, that really relies on spotting, like doing research, investigating things. Purva Falguni shows that this person is probably most likely above average attractive. They could have a sensuous side. Other people tend to notice them as quite attractive. This person could also have a beauty mark on their face, very specifically, but for some of you that could happen, especially around the mouth. They could have really nice hair, nice skin, and with Rohini, they could have really pretty eyes, like their eyes could really stand out. Maybe their most prominent feature is their eyes. Also with Rohini, they tend to be really artistic and, creative, and they really enjoy compliments. Yep. Okay, this is pretty much what I see. Also with all the Capricorn energy, this person is very focused on their career, definitely. I don't think I mentioned that, but I kind of, I've spent so much time reading astrology that some things I just take for granted. When I see a sign, like, my brain immediately does a profile of all the things that it encompasses. So, but yeah, with Capricorn, they can be a little bit workaholic. And also with Aquarius, they have a humanitarian side. They might be, wanting to help humanity at large. They could be idealistic as well. Same thing with all the Aries energy as well. They could have this kind of a dreamer energy. And also with all the Aries, they could be really focused on developing their body, Especially also with Vishaka, they might tend to be buff, They might tend to be physically strong and spend time at the gym and all that and really push themselves. They definitely like a challenge with all these configurations. Okay, this is pretty much what I see. I'm gonna get some notes about physical appearance now. Okay, so let's see the physical appearance. These are even more dusty since the last time I used them, but never mind. So, okay, this one just popped out. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What is their future spouse's physical appearance? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, I think that's enough. So let's see. We have sporty casual style. We have chin dimple. We have uniform. All right, that makes sense with all the Aries energy. Maybe some of them are in the military or the police. Bohemian style vibes. Tall. Black eyes. Curly or wavy hair. Light to medium blonde. Introverted. short nose to mouth distance, brown eyes, short to medium height, cheek dimples, a lot of dimples, broad smile, that's typical for sun dominance, red or auburn hair, so we have like pretty much all hair types, medium build, hazel eyes, yeah, we have like a lot of eye colors, medium lips, athletic body, see, that's a confirmation, green eyes, we have pretty much all eye colors I think except blue, mischievous smile, that's Mercury by the way, we have strong nose, light tan skin, thin lips. All right, so bear in mind of course that this is a very general reading, so, and of course some of these characteristics pretty much contradict one another, but you know, if you recognize a handful of these, of course feel free to claim that you have already met this person. Keep me posted as well, I'm really curious. You've definitely had a lot of strong messages, repetitions, that's always a sign that spirit is listening. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's the easiest way to support me and it is free. Also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover on this channel. If you would like to support me further, of course, you can do so by becoming a channel member or leaving a tip. Anything would be appreciated. If you are interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description for my email address, and I can reply to an email, give you all the details you're interested in, like pricing lists, availability, any other details. Also, I have left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights. I have more than 20 years of experience doing astrology, astrological readings, and whatnot in multiple systems, but predominant it has been Vedic astrology for over 10 years now. And before that, I used to be predominantly in tropical. So I still use some insights from the tropical in my channel, but I'm mostly on Vedic now. All right, so if you're curious about astrology, go ahead and check out my profile, my channel that I will leave in the video description. Maybe subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this Knight of Pentacles card and or this Labradorite crystal. This is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it, because I will be taking my time. All right. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the Labradorite crystal. Who is their future spouse? Who is their future spouse? We have Three of Wands, we have Page of Swords, sorry. We have the World. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Chariot. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Yeah, this one feels very strongly Judgment. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, the High Priestess, the Page of Swords again. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords and the Magician. Okay. Let's get some oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? We have Horse Freedom, number 24, and okay, who is their future spouse for pile number 2? We have Innocence. Aw, so cute. We have Innocence, which to me mirrors the Two of Cups here. And we have Horse with Freedom, which mirrors the Chariot card, if you ask me. And it comes with the number 24, which is a number 6 in numerology. And you also have the Six of Pentacles. And you also have the Page of Swords coming out twice here. Okay, so this person, I'm definitely picking up on someone who is going to value this relationship a lot. Someone who's very sweet, potentially romantic. They could be a bit awkward in relationships, that's what I'm getting. Or just someone who has not had a lot of experiences in relationships. It could be true for both of you or at least one of you. But I'm seeing this especially about them. The Knight of Pentacles is showing someone who is very down to earth, who likes to take things step by step. You know, can be a bit traditional as well. But generally someone who doesn't particularly like change. So I also see there's a lot of youthful energy with this person. So I'm already getting potentially strong Mercury, but I'm going to see what the astrological nodes have to say later. But yeah, there's a lot of youthful energy with this person. We have the Three of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Page of Swords coming out twice. So the pages are, you know, youthful. We also have two knights. We have Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Youthful energy, you know, someone who's like young and passionate and enthusiastic about life. Also someone who's very curious, open-minded, has a lot of ideas. But right now, see, with the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands, I'm seeing that this is someone who is really pushing their boundaries. They're getting out of their comfort zone. Maybe they're traveling. There's someone who's out there pursuing some kind of a passion, some dream. What I also see a lot of support from is the High Priestess and the Page of Swords here. So this person has a lot of intuition, a lot of wisdom, for lack of a better expression, a lot of emotional intelligence. This is a person who's quite spiritual. So not superficial. I'm not seeing someone superficial here. I'm seeing someone with a lot of depth. Even though I think on the surface, when people see this person, they may not immediately see how deep they are, how profound their thoughts are. I think they might judge them as a little bit flighty and superficial even, because they have that youthful energy. So I think a lot of people mistakenly think that they're immature. They might even look younger than their age. But this person has, you know, there's a method to their madness. They have their own way of doing things. They're very original. I'm potentially getting Ardra archetypes as well, like maybe placements in Ardra Nakshatra. For those of you who come from Vedic astrology, Ardra falls in Vedic, in sidereal Gemini also. And it's a very specific archetype. I'm not going to get into it right now, but they're kind of like misunderstood geniuses a lot of the times in society, where, you know, people judge them at face value and they really underestimate how smart they are. Then there's the World here with the Page of Swords again. So the Page of Swords is really going on here. The World with the Page of Swords can show that what is standing in the way of this connection, at least at first, could be some kind of a distance, or it could be the fact that this person is out there traveling, or maybe you're traveling as well. So to sum it up, it's something about a distance. So there could be like a distance between the two of you. There could also be a difference in mindsets, different worldviews as well. Of course, there is a possibility that that you and this person are from different cultures, you know, or significantly different backgrounds, maybe not different cultures. In the past, what I see here, this person travels a lot, like holy moly. We have Six of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Wands. Another thing that I see here is this is a kind of person that is used to getting what they want. Maybe on the surface, again, it seems to people like they get everything easy and they don't see the effort that they have put into their achievements. Because what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Wands and the Magician showing up in the same spread is this person is a very powerful manifester. So I feel like they're the kind of person that people look at and they're like, how did this person pull this off? We also have the Six of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands in clarification. This can show a tendency towards generosity, but can also show teaching. This person sharing something. It could be sharing information, or it could be doing charitable activities. This is a very specific thing that I'm getting here, but this could be someone who was involved in a charitable organization, you know, like Doctors Without Borders or something. Or something like that. Maybe it's not even something famous, but something along those lines, you know, like organizations where people travel to poorer countries and they help, like charity organizations. It could definitely be a thing for some of you. So try to dig information about your crushes and see if this is going on. I would be curious. Please comment in the comment section. I'm very curious. But I don't know. I was just distinctly getting that vibe. Or they could be like teaching, you know, traveling to teach. Like there are loads of programs out there, you know, for teaching abroad. Of course, they could be doing it remotely, and that's another thing. But I am seeing something with sharing information or sharing resources or being involved in charitable activities. The Two of Cups and the Knight of Swords underneath. Oh, this is someone who's very passionate and very romantic. Very romantic. So like I said, this is going to be someone who's very invested in this relationship. It's probably because this person really believes in romance. They want romance. They want a partnership. And they're going to pursue you most likely with this energy. We have Knight of Swords and the Two of Cups. They're very driven. For some reason, I'm getting that song in my head of, I don't know, who sang that? Was it Billy Joel? I don't know. It was from the 80s. No, I don't think it was Billy Joel. It was called You're Gonna Have to Face It, You're Addicted to Love. You're gonna have to face it, you're addicted to love, na 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 na. Something like that. I don't know the lyrics. Or what's his name? Palmer something. Brian Palmer? I don't know. I'm getting weird my brain is all like foggy. I don't remember. It has been a while since I have listened to that song, but that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Like I'm getting someone who's very determined, like someone who knows what they want and they're going after it, like that, not hesitating. There's a lot of not hesitation with this person, very determined. We also have that ultimately with the Chariot and the Magician as the last cards. So someone who's very, 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 very focused and driven to achieve their life plan. So this is going to be someone that sees you and they think you complete my vision. You complete the vision I have had for my life. Because this is someone with a vision and they're looking for a person that, you know, is going to, not necessarily someone who's going to help them fulfill the vision, but someone who's going to match their energy, someone who is going to fit into their vision of the ideal partner. But like I said, there's almost like a childlike enthusiasm here. So I'm seeing like a lot of romance and enthusiasm and passion. I think that but I do think this person is going to show a lot of affection. Yeah, with the freedom horse, of course, they could actually be very focused on freedom. So they could be someone who like I said, loves to travel, maybe loves to be in the outdoors, loves adventure. There is that aspect a lot as well. I mean, there's a lot of horses going on here, actually. Okay, maybe not a lot, but a few. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 horses. So, again, the horse could be significant. Maybe this person is the year of the horse in Chinese astrology, or the month of the horse, or the day of the horse, or the hour of the horse. So the horse could be somewhere in their Batsa chart, if you are familiar with the Chinese astrology, sorry. Okay, but this is the vibe that I'm getting pretty much up until this point. Let me get some astrological cards. Tell me, Spirit, about pile number 2. Who is this person that they're going to marry, that pile number 2 is going to marry? Who is this person? I automatically turn that over. Opposition, 6th house, work and routine. 4th house, home and family. 9th house, learning and faith, Capricorn the boss. And opposition, tension, and opposites. So we have a lot of houses here. 6th house, 4th house, 9th house. 9th house is a very strong confirmation of travel. It's very much connected to travel. And look at this, learning and faith. So it is connected to learning, teaching, religion, and all this stuff. So yeah, you know, I'm getting this very strong vibe of someone who may have been involved in these charities where they're traveling, you know, could be through their church as well, because I know people do that. There is that thing again, but see how it resonates. Doesn't have to be for everyone, of course. Either way, 9th house, this is showing this person is very philosophical, idealistic. They, like I said, see the world from, they're chasing a big picture. You know, they have a vision and they're seeking to fulfill it. And the 6th house with routine, this shows that this person could be someone who likes a daily routine. Maybe they're very focused on their health and fitness. They could be actually involved in healthcare. That's another thing with the 6th house. They could be someone that you have met through your daily routine or their daily routine. Like, let's say, I don't know, every morning you drop by the same coffee shop before work, and that's how you meet this person. 4th house could also be home and family. So it says home and family, but it can also be real estate, vehicles. Again, it is kind of the Chariot energy for me to a large extent, because it's connected to vehicles as well. So you could have met this person while traveling. When I say met, of course, doesn't mean that you have necessarily already met. You could be meeting this person, let me put it like that, while traveling, while you're in transit, while you're actually on some kind of a vehicle. Could also be meeting online, because 4th house is, to me, also the online medium, because, well, a lot of the times people are surfing the internet from home. So even though technically the 4th house is the home base, you know, can also be family of origin, could be motherland. And so you could be meeting around those areas as well. you could also be meeting through the educational system. I'm seeing especially up until high school level, like until high school graduation, or master's degree and above, higher education. Capricorn, the boss, is also showing, to me, it is kind of a confirmation of the magician, but not quite the same archetype, in the sense that this person I see is determined to succeed. But I have to say, I don't like, yeah, I think this person has gotten a lot of what they want, but I don't see this person as being like at the top of their game when you get together. I feel like they still have a long way to go when you get together. And that doesn't mean that they haven't achieved anything. It just means that they haven't reached their potential by the time that you get together. And you could be opposites in many ways. Like maybe, I don't know, you're Virgo, they're Libra. Sorry, you're Virgo, they're Pisces. You're Aries, they're Libra. You know, you could have a lot of oppositions in your horoscopes. This also has to deal with that foreign culture potential theme. So you could be very different because you come from different cultures as well. All right, this is pretty much what I see. Okay, let's get the Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Oh my gosh. Okay, we have Venus. Nice. She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Oh my god, we have Sagittarius. Such a strong confirmation. And we have the number 1, which can be ruled by the sun if you look at it numerologically. Can also show the first house, which is the house of the physical body, corresponds to Aries. Either way, there's a lot of, yeah, I mean, with the Chariot, that makes sense, because that's, and also the Knight of Swords, that's a bit of Aries archetype. Oh no, I twisted it. Okay, Sagittarius. Yeah, so this person is an adventurer. There's a lot of physical stamina. There's a lot of energy. This person could also really enjoy staying physically active, not just traveling for the sake of it, but they need adventures and they like to stay active. They could be someone who's into nature, hiking, and all this stuff. Sagittarius corresponds to the 9th house, so it's very adventurous. They love to go out and, you know, explore new horizons and new cultures, and like it represents long distance and or long-term travel. So they like to, you know, really immerse themselves in a new land. Okay, this is pretty much what I get. Let's get some more astrological notes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Okay, I'm not feeling it. So these are the only ones that came out. These are all nakshatras. We have Ashwini, which is falling. Okay, here we have Ashwini ruled by the male horse. That's another thing. This person could literally like horses because there's so much stuff going on with horses here. Maybe they like horseback riding. But yeah, Ashwini is a leadership energy, and it's also spiritual, but at the same time very driven, very self-motivated. Uttara Bhadrapada ruled by Saturn, falling in Pisces. This person is like humble, I think, on the surface. It could even be that they are underestimated, but but this person has a very strong manifestation ability. Uttara Bhadrapada is actually like that. I won't get into the whole like philosophy behind it, but it's very much connected to, you know, I see it, I want it, you know, because they have this very strong ability to, not through hocus pocus, but through dedication and having a vision and determination and all that, they achieve what they want. We have Uttara Falguni falling in Leo, Virgo ruled by the sun. Oh, I forgot to mention, because you also have the Venus there. This person is definitely good looking. It does not surprise me, by the way. It's such a strong confirmation that you have the Venus, because we also have the 24 here. Number 24, which boils down to a number 6, which is ruled by Venus. We have the number 6 there as well, which is ruled by Venus. So this person definitely has some strong Venus energy. So that shows sensuality, beauty, a love of beauty as well. maybe a love of arts and music especially. Oh my God. Such a strong confirmation. What did I say literally when I started the reading? I'm getting Ardra vibes. Yeah. Of course, doesn't mean that everyone has them. We also have Punarvasu falling in Gemini, Cancer. But there's a lot of Gemini going on here. We also have Virgo, a lot of Mercury. And we have Bharani as well, which is ruled by Venus. But going back to Ardra. So, yeah, they could be kind of a misunderstood genius type, like I said. They could be smarter than they seem. They could come across as aloof, maybe a bit cold as well, but they are much softer than they appear to be. They care a lot about loyalty. And they're looking for someone that they have a very strong spiritual connection with. Someone that is like them. Like bonded through maybe similar experiences or some kind of similar childhoods, you know, patterns like that. Ardras tend to go for people that they can relate to because of shared experiences. Punarvasu is, by the way, a connection to teaching, so that's a confirmation for some of you. Swati in Libra, this shows that this person is quite charismatic and people generally like them. They can also be really attractive. And they can also be very sensuous. I have to say, I don't think this person has a very good relationship with their father. This is what I'm getting. Either the father was absent or abusive or something. Maybe not for all of you, but this is a vibe that I'm getting. I don't know. Like, it's just something that crossed my mind while I was thinking about some astrological placements. But anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of Jupiter energy. So this person likes to travel. They like to expand their knowledge and their view of the world. They can be, you know, very driven, very determined. We have Bharani, which again shows a lot of depth. You know, Bharani is connected to occult to some extent. There's a lot of sensuality as well. So we do have a hefty Libra energy showing, not Libra, sorry, Venus energy coming through. We have Libra, and yeah, we have the Bharani, which is ruled by Venus. According to some astrologers in Vedic astrology, Bharani is literally the most feminine energy of the nakshatras because I don't want to get too much into it, but, you know, it's literally like Bharani is literally symbolized by the female reproductive organs. Yeah. And it's very much, it's connected to giving birth, and it's connected, it's also, it's connected to things that take a long time to produce, but it's also very creative, like fertile, quote unquote, in the sense that they're very creative. They're also very determined. So because we have that Aries energy, it really kind of clarifies that leadership ability that I was talking about. Someone who is determined towards their vision. Also with Bharani, they could have kind of like a melancholic aura about them. Oftentimes Bharani people tend to have like downward sloping eyes, or like very, there's just something, an aura of emotional heaviness about them sometimes. Bharani can also be very focused on moral issues, moralistic topics. So they could be even into the legal system. Like they could have some connections to the legal system. Like someone who has, someone who has a strong sense of right and wrong. Unless there's a lot of other negative influences that I'm not seeing here. They could also be interested in dancing, or they could have like a graceful way of moving. They could really be interested in yoga, or they would benefit from doing yoga. Maybe they're not interested in it, but they would definitely benefit from it. They could really love nature, you know, nature, animals. They might love to spend time in forests and any kind of natural landscapes. They could also really like the sea. And or horses, maybe, because we have so much horses going on. And I've actually noticed that a lot of people with Ashwini placements tend to like horses and horseback riding. One thing that I will definitely say, I mean, I can understand why the Magician came out, because this person is single-minded. Like I said, this is someone who has the blinkers on and they're pursuing their vision. Like, you cannot deter this person from their path. Like I said, like that song by Ariana Grande, like, what is it? I see it, I want it. Something like that. I want it, I get it. Whatever it is. Because this person has the Uttara Falguni, and the Swati and the Ardra and the Bharani. These are very determined energies. Ashwini as well. Very, very determined and like focused, you know, with energies that have the strong capacity to focus and pretty much pummel anything that gets in their way. All right, this is pretty much what I'm getting astrologically. I'm going to move into physical characteristics now. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? What does this person look like? Okay. I think that's enough. Okay, so let's see. We have sporty casual style. Nose bump. They could have a bump on their nose. Melodious voice. Oh yeah, that's another characteristic of Venus. They could have a really pleasant voice. Classic or elegant style of clothing. Introverted. Active. All right, confirmation. Beautiful hands. Strong nose. Relaxed. Short to medium height. Gray or white hair. Mischievous smile. That's very mercurial. Green eyes. That's very mercurial as well. Extroverted. Mercurial meaning ruled by Mercury. Okay, so for some of you, they're introverted. For some, they're extroverted. We have cheek dimples. That's cute. So again, that could be mercurial as well, because anything that makes someone look cutesy and useful is kind of Mercury. Rounded face. Hazel eyes. Black eyes. Hazel eyes twice. Dark tan skin. Dark brown or black hair. Fair skin. All right, so we have like skin color all across the board pretty much, and we have some other characteristics. So of course, bear in mind that these are general readings, so it's not like all of these are going to apply to everyone, but if any of these characteristics sound like someone that you know and that you might have a crush on, well, feel free to claim the fact that this might be about them, if other parts resonate as well. So please let me know in the comment section about that, because I'm very curious. Also, this has been it, so I hope you have really enjoyed this reading. I definitely have a lot of strong messages and confirmations as usual. And if you have liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you want to support my channel further, you can do so by becoming a member in exchange for a small monthly fee or leaving a tip. It would be greatly appreciated. If you want to get a private tarot reading from me, check out the video description. I have left my email address there. You can email me for a list of prices and reading options and other details. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading from me. Aside from that, last but not least, I do have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, and I have more than 10 years of experience reading astrological Vedic charts up until this point. About over 20 years actually in total, if I count the time that I've spent reading tropical charts as well. But nowadays I mostly focus on Vedic because I have found it to be way more accurate. And yeah, if you are interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. I will leave a link to my astrology channel in the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. This is the reading you have chosen. If you have chosen this Ace of Cups card and or this amethyst crystal, this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation if you don't want to sit through it. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, that's too much. Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 3's future spouse? We have 5 of Pentacles. We have 10 of Swords. We have the Hanged Man. We have 6 of Swords. We have Knight of Cups and 6 of Wands. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? We have the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, the Devil, good Lord. We have the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Wands. This person's intense, pile number 3. So many aces. Okay, I'm going to hold that thought. Let me just get some couple of oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person that pile number 3 is going to marry? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? The people who chose the amethyst. Tell me. Okay, let's see. We have the Bull Sacrifice, number 40, which, you know, boils down to a number 4, which is very stable, connected to stability. And we have Dreams. Wow, but this card is intense. Look at this, the Bull. I haven't seen this card before. This person has gone through some stuff. Can I just start with the beginning right off the bat? That's what I noticed. So you have a lot of aces here. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. The only one that's missing is the Ace of Swords. So this is someone with a lot of sun energy, a lot of drive. And let me just say right off the bat that this person has gone through some rough stuff in their lives. So we're starting off with 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups underneath. So this is their energy at the moment when you come across this reading. What this is showing me is that this person is very concerned with finances and very concerned with pleasing a lot of people. Actually, not even so much pleasing a lot of people. They're just very concerned with finances. I'm seeing that they are very focused on just grabbing as many opportunities as possible because they could be having a lot of FOMO and YOLO, you know. Someone who is afraid that they're going to be missing out on things. Now, I'm seeing this being connected especially to finances, like I said, potentially career. And the supporting energy here is very interesting because we have the 10 of Swords and we have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this. Please clarify the 10 of Swords, Spirit. Please clarify the 10 of Swords. Please clarify the 10 of Swords for me, Spirit. Spirit, come on. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups again. This person, I see what happened. This person has been burned in the past. This is someone who was at least very idealistic and very romantic. I see someone with a sensitive heart, you know, someone who wanted to believe in something higher than themselves. This could have to deal with romance. It could have to deal with interpersonal relations. Could even have to deal with like some kind of a grand religious ideal, a spiritual ideal. But something that collapsed. Since this is the context of romance, I do think that for many of you, it could be previous relationships or, you know, hopes that they have had for romance that collapsed around them and left them completely broken and defeated. I mean, we have the 10 of Swords. That's pretty much rock bottom. You know, so I see a lot of disappointment, a lot of hurt. And the Ace of Pentacles underneath is telling me that, you know, this person thought that they were going to win a grand prize, you know. But something horrible happened where, you know, something was not as it seemed. You know, there was this huge disappointment, this huge heartbreak. And yet, it is ultimately their ability to be idealistic and romantic that is going to make them pursue this relationship. Look at this. This is like a great symmetry, actually. With the Ace of Wands underneath here, you're going to be this person's revival. This person's revival, like in, you know, I don't want to make fun of anything, but, you know, like in Baptist churches, like when you hear passionate preachers talking about how Jesus is going to defeat Satan, like you're bringing this person back from the dead. And it's because they went through this horrible disappointment, but still somewhere deep down, they will maintain this idealistic aspect, this desire for romance that you're going to awaken in them very strongly with this Ace of Wands here. You know, I'm seeing someone really like who was so heartbroken that they only care about finances, money, maybe superficial attention as well with the Seven of Cups. But somewhere deep down, they're still holding out that glimmer of hope that they're going to have something that brings them real happiness and real fulfillment on an emotional plane. Because the Knight of Cups is all about idealism, romance, and pursuing your intuition, your heart, as opposed to the mind and reason, you know. The Hanged Man and the Moon further emphasizes this picture that this person has gone through some seriously rough stuff. The Moon speaks of childhood traumas, potentially, but also just the past in general. So their personal history, their past hurts. So it really kind of confirms what I said about this person having gone through some very serious heartbreak. And because of that, at first at least, they will be very reticent about about pursuing you. Like they'll have some hang-ups. Get it? Hang-ups, the hangman. Okay. See what I did there? Yeah, because they're, you know, the hanged man speaks of someone who's kind of like in limbo, and this person is more in limbo than the average hanged man because they also have the moon underneath. So they are very stuck inside their heads. When you first meet them, they could be very much still influenced by their past traumas. They're probably someone who, you know, when it comes to you at first, they will have a bit of fear mixed with analysis paralysis, you know, like, should I stay or should I go? That's the song that I'm getting. Should I stay or should I go? I don't know what the rest of the lyrics were, but you know it. I'm sure you know it. Anyway, in the past, okay, in the immediate past, we have the Six of Swords and the Devil. In the recent past, all right? This person has just slowly, so at the moment when you get to know them, you know, they have slowly managed to pull themselves out of this very rough situation, this very rough state of mind. And with the Devil, I have to say, this could speak of bad habits that they have picked up, bad coping mechanisms, you know, maybe could even be addiction to corn, if you know what I mean, or, you know, having affairs, maybe for some of you, depends on the situation. With that Seven of Cups energy in the beginning, it could definitely be a situation where, you know, this person just decided to have a string of one-night stands or something because they became completely disillusioned with love. But the Devil speaks of some kind of addictive, destructive behavior, you know, could even be actual substance addiction, alcohol, you know, and illegal substances, maybe, you know, use your imagination. A lot of self-destructive behavior, though. So in recent history, this person has just slowly gotten clean, you know, started to move on from that self-destructive side and back into the light with that Six of Swords energy. And then it's like you come along. Again, I'm thinking of another song. I don't remember what it was called. Something like, you come along, and I've never known a girl like you before. You probably know that song. I'm not singing it right, but you know it. It's something like that, you know, you like totally awaken this person back to life, and they're like, you know, they'll open their eyes wide and be like, wow, where have you been my whole life, that kind of thing. And look at this. I mean, you have this very happy ending here with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands underneath. This person is just going to pursue you very determinedly. Determinedly. I'm not sure how to say it. In a very determined fashion, okay? Because they're very, very convinced that you are the right person for them. They will see you as a prize. And also what I see here is that this relationship is going to progress fairly quickly. From the moment that you meet this person, maybe from the moment that you actually start dating. From the moment you start dating, you know, it's going to progress very quickly. Because they're very determined that you are the right person for them. I also think that this relationship is going to be a win for both of you. Like, both of your lives are getting considerably better. Sorry for the long pause. I thought I heard something. But yeah, I see this person seeing, like, wanting to manifest you, wanting to create this relationship with you. I also think with dreams here, This is definitely, I know it sounds cheesy, but it does sound like in this context, it's a situation of both of you are not going to believe it. You know, it's like too good to be true kind of an energy when you find each other. A lot of romance also with the Ace of Cups. Also with the cups in general, I see this person is very romantic. I also see a lot of Venus energy. So this person could have a lot of water signs. They could also have a strong Venus or placements in Taurus and or Libra. But let me get some more stuff. Yeah, the Astro cards. Let's start with this. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future husband? I said husband because, you know, most viewers are women, but, you know, future spouse, you know what I mean. Okay, we have first house, self and identity. We have Mercury, mind and speech. We have opposition, tension and opposites. We have Neptune, dreams and spirit. There it is, the Pisces energy. We have 7th house, love and partnership. Yes. So very focused on romance. Well, 7th house is the house of marriage, and this is who is your future spouse, so that makes sense. But aside from that, you know, 7th house also shows a very good match, you know, both of you feeling like there's no other person in the world that you would rather be with than the partner you are with, sorry. And yeah, the Neptune Pisces energy, that's the romance, you know, this person could be writing poetry for you, or they could be singing songs for you. Sorry, there was a bug. But, you know, they're very romantic. And the opposition, I mean, 7th house and the opposition, they go hand in hand. Because the 7th house is the opposite from the 1st house, which is the house of you, the house of self. So, yeah, basically you're meeting your match. This person completes you in every way, and the same goes for them. You complete them. And the 1st house, self and identity. Oh my God, I just realized it starts with the 1st and ends with the 7th. Oh my God, what a wonderful symmetry. And what I think this means is also, considering this person's progression, is this shows the trajectory of this person, you know, this person having to go through a process in order to have a healthy relationship. We also have Mercury. So this person has a kind of analytical energy. They could be youthful. They could even be younger than you are. Someone who likes to study, someone who is good at communication. Overall, yeah, really youthful energy. Also, they could have multiple activities, multiple sources of income. Someone who, you know, juggles a lot of interests at the same time. All right, this is pretty much what I get from the cards. Let's get the Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person that they're going to marry? Okay, we have number 5, which is in numerology ruled by Mercury. Can also be the 5th house, and then we also have Sun, which actually rules the 5th house. That's interesting. And then we also have Scorpio. Does not surprise me, because there is a theme of transformation here, and Scorpio and the 8th house is very much connected to transformation. And like I said, this person is, there is a touch of dark about them, all right, with the devil and the bull. I mean, this bull looks really creepy, all right? What is going on with the lightning? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Anyway, this person, like I said, strong sun energy. This is a very strong confirmation of what I said initially, because you have all those aces in this spread. So sun energy shows this person has a lot of inner drive, a lot of determination, a lot of vitality. Could have leadership abilities. Someone who's very creative, is like brimming with creative energy. And Scorpio also shows a very transformative energy. Someone who they might go through a rags to riches situation in their lifetime as well. But I'm not seeing actually a lot of indicators about their finances necessarily, except the fact that they're quite driven to achieve financially. But with Scorpio, they tend to be resourceful. Also, this person could be into speculative gains, investments. This could be someone you met online with the Mercury energy. Fifth house can also be someone that you have met in some kind of a educational circumstance, like you were going to a course or a university or something. You could be meeting them like that. This could also be a person who is teaching, because fifth house is connected to teaching, university up until master's degree as well. They could also be working with kids. They could really like kids as well, because we have the sun, we have the fifth house. There's a lot of connection to kids. But there's a lot of creative energy, a lot of maybe drama. I don't know, like they have a talent for drama, maybe. Maybe they're quite dramatic as well. They have very intense emotions, let me put it like that. With the Scorpio and the sun together, yep. This person is really intense. But they are emotional as well as physical. Okay, let me see what else. Spirit, give me some more insight into who pile number 3's future spouses. Tell me, Spirit. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Okay, I think that's enough. We have Ketu, the South Node, which is the co-ruler of Scorpio in Vedic astrology. We have Pisces. Oh my gosh. Such a strong confirmation. A lot of water energy. Oh my god. We also have Leo, okay, which is ruled by the sun. So a lot of the same energies here. And let's see. We have Revati, which falls in Pisces and is ruled by Mercury. Wow. All right. So Revati could be prominent in this person's horoscope, or they're embodying this archetype, not necessarily having placements in it. Vishaka, which is falling in Libra and Scorpio. Oh my gosh, such strong confirmations. I also mentioned Libra might be prominent at some point. And Scorpio came out twice. We have Purva Falguni again falling in Leo, ruled by Venus. Yeah. And let's see, we have Hasta falling in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, by the way. But the nakshatra is ruled by the moon. And we have Kritika, which is also ruled by the sun and falling in Aries and Taurus. So this person, yeah, definitely a lot of intense energy here with Kritika, especially, and Vishaka. There is a connection to education, teaching, consulting, because there's the Jupiter energy. This person is very competitive, let me tell you. They're probably physically quite imposing. They seem to have a very robust body. If this is a man, most likely they have a they have a square jawline and probably broad shoulders. Hasta can be very pretty as well. Like they can have a really pretty face, and also with Hasta and Revati, their eyes can be very pretty, especially. With Hasta, their hands can really stand out, so they could have really pretty hands. They could also be using their hands a lot, like when they communicate and stuff, and maybe they actually like to do activities involving the hands a lot, like doing craft work or playing ping pong, anything that involves the hands a lot. They could also like magic tricks. They could like magic in general with Hasta. And very creative, definitely. Creative, artistic, imaginative. Purva Falguni also means they are most likely above average attractive. I have to say, like, out of the 3 piles, this is definitely the most creative. So this person could even be working in some kind of a field that has to deal with creativity with the 5th house. Even if not, though, they have some kind of creative, dramatic flair about them that makes them stand out in any profession. Kritika can also show that this person can be sharp-tongued and a bit blunt. Also can show that they really enjoy cooking. and or they could be in professions connected to the military or something to do with weapons. With Vishaka, this is a confirmation of the devil and what I said, because Vishaka is notorious for having alcohol problems, I have to say. Revati can also show this person likes to travel. They could be lucky when traveling. They could also be connected to any profession that has to deal with flying, like a flight attendant, a pilot. Purva Falguni is very connected to anything to do with the beauty. Not just the beauty industry, but also the creative arts, especially singing and acting. And there are multiple combinations here that kind of point towards this. This person also, I have to say, they also have like a borderline psychic ability here because of the K2 energy and the dreams and everything. This person could be drawn to the occult. They could be someone who's into tarot, astrology, and all that. But either way, they have a very good intuition. All right, this is pretty much what I see. These are the main ideas. Okay, I'm going to get into some physical characteristics. All right, so Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What does pile number 3 look like? Pile number 3 is future spouse. I mean, you know what I mean, Spirit. Okay, we also have some stuff here. Tell me about pile number 3, Spirit. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't want to burn the place down. So let's see. We have jovial, playful expression. We have cheek dimples. We have beauty spot on face. That's actually common with placements in Purva Falguni. We have medium-sized lips. Aquiline nose. Short nose to mouth distance. Blue or gray eyes. Round eyes. Short to medium height. Intense gaze. That's very Scorpio. Beautiful hands. Wow. Such strong confirmations. I can't. Brown eyes. Strong build or muscular. Very strong confirmation. Beautiful hands twice. Wow. Medium tan skin. Introverted. Broad shoulders. What did I say? Very strong confirmations. Unbelievable. Thin lips. Short to medium height. Light tan skin. And introverted. Introverted came out twice. All right, so this has been pretty much it. I hope you have enjoyed this. I mean, I totally have very strong confirmations. Also, bear in mind, of course, this is a general reading, so of course, not all of these are going to apply to everyone, but if you found some characteristics that really resonated with someone on your mind, feel free to claim that it is about that person. Also, please share in the comment section because I'm very curious to hear. And yeah. If you have enjoyed it, again, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's the easiest way to support me and it is free. Also, consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. And if you would like to support my channel further, you can do so by becoming a member in exchange for a small monthly fee or leaving a tip. It would be greatly appreciated. And aside from that, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I have left my email address there. You can email me for a pricing list and a full detailed description of what the reading entails, options, and anything else you might be interested in. Aside from that, I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. Might help you decide to get a reading if you check them out. And aside from that, last but not least, I do also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description. And I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights. I now have more than 20 years of experience reading horoscopes, more than 10 in Vedic. I am predominantly focused on Vedic, but I still use a lot of insights from tropical and all the other systems that I have studied, like Chinese astrology, Batsad, Yue Doshu, Mayan astrology, numerology, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so if you're curious about astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!